Bang. Check. Check. Check.
Check, check, check.
We're at Adam's house. Now this is the Adam Friedland show.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's the kind of the plan. Because, you know, you got stand up. You got plenty of shit. This shit ends, you'll be fine.
Right.
Me, I don't really want to be fine. We all know what's in my heart. We all know I want to play a little sad song for myself, watch my life fall apart.
The podcast really did fuck your whole life plan up of just dying, going out sad.
Yeah, I don't really want to go out sad, but, like, basically I'm set up to, like, have things go bad and then be like, I fucking knew it.
Right.
I told you so to no one. To an empty room.
Right.
By myself.
Right.
And you know, and
yeah.
that'll happen. But Adam needs a plan.
Adam does need a plan.
So this will just become the Adam Friedland show.
You got a
little taste of that this week.
I did? What happened?
No, I mean the people. I'm talking to the
what happened this week?
The faggots that listen to this shit. Well, it was him by himself. I couldn't do it.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I was fucked up.
Damn, what happened, dude? Because I think I missed. You look fine now.
What's going on?
I missed the whole. Which to the left?
Did you start the show yet?
It's going.
Okay.
Well, I had a sty at like the end of April, just like one on the corner of my eye.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, I had one last year that was pretty fucked up, so I knew to get like hot compresses on it. So I did the hot compress. I went to Boston, and then it seemed like it went away. And then I got back from Boston, and it started hurting again. I looked, and it had just gotten bigger. And then it spread to like down the middle of it was like going down my cheek. It was in the middle of my lower eyelid.
What the fuck?
So then I spent like a week with the hot compresses, and then it was like I did like telemedicine trying to get antibiotics because it was like, all right, well, I've been doing hot compresses, it's not going away, so I need something. And I couldn't get through telemedicine. I couldn't get it. I called like different like PCPs, and they were like, "Well, you don't have insurance?" It's like, no, I'll pay out of pocket.
What about fucking like a
City MD or something? You're just like guaranteed to get COVID there. That's why I wanted.
You think so?
Well, now it's all over the place.
Huh.
It's also too. It's like I thought it'd be something I just do telemedicine. I'm like, look at my fucking eye, give me.
Yeah.
And
you need a pills guy.
Yeah, and well, they pay. I mean, I have a friend that's like an ER. I have a friend that's an ER doctor, and like, you know, he was like, yeah, he's like, you know, if it doesn't get better, you got to send. But he's like, I can't prescribe anything. Wow. So I tried all the resources.
What a pussy.
I tried all the resources that I could have is like, you know, pills guy. But then, like, I just kept the hot compresses on it, and then it felt like it was like getting better. I guess like it drained, and there was just like a lot of pus coming out of it. And I was
How'd you drain it?
Well, you just keep hot compresses on it. Eventually, it comes to a head.
Oh, really?
But then I thought it was like in the clear because it drained. And then there was one night like a week ago, I was like reading or something, and then like, you know how you just know something's wrong. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, my eye kind of just felt kind of like like a weird stingy. You know, and then I went in the bathroom and I looked at it and it seemed like it was swelling up, and then within 10 minutes my like vision was starting to get fucked up. No. And the top lid.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then
what the fuck?
And then I woke up the next morning and it was like it had exploded.
Damn,
so like the whole thing was like all puffy around the top. It was like spreading around my head.
And were you pregnant with your boyfriend's eye jizz baby?
No, that would not. That's not.
Do you think that's what it was?
That's not bacteria.
It's not?
No, that wouldn't cause it.
Because you said it was swollen. Was it big enough for a baby?
Dude. Not with your boyfriend.
So I went to the...
That's true.
Not with your boyfriend,
I went to an ophthalmologist. And they... You know, I'm like,
they're
this
like,
is like...
this piece of cum is getting...
No, they tried to do the same fucking thing again where they're like, well, just keep a hot compress on it. I'm like, this has been going on since the end of April.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 3 weeks now. I need oral antibiotics. And they're like, well, we can give you a topical ointment. So I'm like, okay, and I get the topical ointment. I spent like 2 days of that.
Rubbing it on your shit?
Well, yeah, you have to like rub it like into where the eyelashes are. She's like, yeah, it's just a sty. And then
doctors suck, dude.
And then like the next day after that, like my eye was completely got reinfected. The entire it looked like Homer Simpson's
He
mouth.
looked awful, dude.
Yeah, it was
I went over to his house. He looked like shit.
It was like completely swollen
so
shut. And then I went back. Like, luckily, I got in there in time because the ophthalmologists are closed Thursday to Monday for whatever.
Yeah.
So I went Wednesday, and the first thing in the morning.
There's a podiatrist in the store who's open 2 days a week.
These cocksuckers, they charge me fucking again. They're like, well, it's $150. They charge me even more money to come back because I didn't get the right medicine. And then this time I see the doctor, and I'm like, yeah. She's
Yeah,
like,
look
oh, yeah, so it got much worse. And it's like, yeah, I need, and then they
Yeah.
gave me oral antibiotics. And then within, like, but she was like, yeah,
Do
if
you
this
think-
doesn't, she's like, if this doesn't clear up, and, like, she's like, if the swelling doesn't go down, like,
Yeah.
today, then you need to go to the emergency room.
What the fuck? Do you think there is something about you that people inherently don't want to help you?
Yeah, probably.
Because this, like, I have never heard anyone have a harder time getting simple antibiotics in my life.
Here we go, right back to the beginning. I fucking told you so. I told you so.
It's
sitting
like
here with my
customer service people,
Yeah.
delivery people, even doctors. Something about you is like the
No,
Yeah,
Hippocratic
I mean, to
medical
be
Oath.
fair-
doctors,
to be
men who
fair-
have taken an oath.
Yeah, the Hippocratic Oath means nothing. Because
Yeah.
Nick's vibes are off.
Well, I'll tell you this. It was an Asian woman. So there's two things going on.
Oh, okay.
One, I always
So
just
I shouldn't
assume-
have assumed.
I was
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
assume people know who I am and
Of
they
course.
have a problem with me
Yeah, it's true.
because of that, because of my association with Adam. Number
Yeah.
two,
yeah.
number
you think there's an
two,
Asian woman who's still holding? who's
They've
still mad
gotten-
about the
to be
Yeah,
fair-
because of my tour of the East. Yeah.
to be fair, they have different eyes.
And
And
is a good point.
if I show in and like I was saying, it's like if I let's say I was a doctor, me,
yeah,
Yeah.
and some black guy comes in with vitiligo, I'll be like, fuck yeah, dude.
MJ.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
Right.
Dude,
You know?
my
right.
white
Moving
brother.
on up.
So you think,
Playboy, and he'd be like, no, I'm losing my.
right.
I'm like, the East Side, deluxe apartment.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, can I get treatment? I'm like, for what?
For what?
Yeah.
The cure?
Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
Sounds like it's finally clearing up.
And
so I
you're-
think this is a similar thing. Yeah.
Put on
You
a little
think-
Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah.
Celebrate
She's,
white
she's,
culture.
she's looking at this eye, and she's like, yeah, no,
That
it's
one looks horrible.
it's too open.
You can see too
It's
much out of
gaping
it.
open.
Yeah, it's fucking. What the fuck is wrong with your
Okay,
eyes?
interesting. So you think she thought you were turning Asian eye first,
Yeah.
and she didn't want
Because
to.
she'd probably only seen Asian eyes until this point.
This place- I feel bad. It's a shame because everyone there was like very nice,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not like leave a review kind of guy, but the fucking like, there's a machine that takes a picture of your retina,
Uh-huh.
and I go in, and there was an even more Asian guy that was like the fucking assistant or nurse or whatever, and the
I
machine.
like that the man is
Even
the
more.
assistant.
Yeah.
There was the machine had fucking foundation smeared all over it. Like makeup smeared all over it. I was like, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I guess the last person maybe has a makeup. It's like, okay.
Yeah, get the alcohol
You gonna
wipe.
clean
Clean the fucking
your
thing off.
medical equipment.
And I
Yeah.
like, so he
yeah,
just
it's like imagine getting your temperature taken and it still has shit from the baby's asshole
yeah,
that used
right.
it last.
yeah.
We're gonna give you a shot. It's still got this AIDS blood on it.
Well, it's fucking, so he does this like perfunctory wipe of the thing, and I'm like, yeah, there's still, and he's like,
Yeah.
where? I'm like, I can see it, and I'm literally blind.
yeah.
I can point it out to you, and I have fucking one eye. But yeah,
Oh,
that shit was fucking gay, dude.
Yeah, that sounds really annoying.
Yeah,
It sucks, man.
Now, it's interesting because you started wearing sunglasses before this happened.
yeah,
Do you think it was
Perfect.
God's way of kind of transitioning you to semi-blindness?
yeah. I've also somehow
Mhm.
gotten much better at piano, I guess.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's not true.
And you've gotten much better at the scent of a woman, right?
What?
Yeah.
Nice,
Oh,
Adam.
thanks.
The
Made
fuck are you
sense.
talking about?
Delivered cleanly.
Yeah, that really came out. The dismount stuck it.
Damn.
Stuck it. Carrie Strug.
Damn. Hopefully, the
Atlanta
Adam
Olympics.
Friedland show was hitting a little higher
Oh my God.
than
I
that.
love that's great news because it's like what that now we've really figured it out.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It used to be we needed two of us.
No.
Now it could just be Adam.
You can have half of one of them.
But I tell you what, the answer with the antibiotic thing,
Yes.
and it's just like another argument as to a reason why healthcare needs to be fucking
Free and
just
accessible to
not
everyone.
only free and accessible, but the entire thing needs to just be like a public service.
Yeah.
The reason you can't get antibiotics is because they're worried about antibiotic resistance, which is like because they overprescribed antibiotics forever
right.
because it's a product,
Right.
so you have to sell as much of it as possible, like any other medicine.
I was sucking off that bubble gum, that pink amoxicillin,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
my whole childhood.
Dude, yeah, they would
best.
overprescribe it, so then all the bacteria just evolved to escape antibiotics. So in situations where it wasn't really, your body would have cleared the infection anyways, they overprescribed antibiotics. Now the antibiotics don't work, and so that if they don't develop new antibiotics in fucking 30 years, you're gonna have like millions of people dying every year from like UTIs and skin
Yeah.
infections. And they could like make more antibiotics, But because now of the concern about antibiotic resistance, they prescribe it less, they sell less of the product, there's less research money to go into replacing the antibiotics, and it's going to be like a macro version of what happens with this, where it's going to be, you're going to have to wait until there's a fucking crisis.
Yeah.
And then we're going to scramble, like with the COVID vaccines,
Mm-hmm.
Anything that they could, all this technology. It's like, well, why didn't we have mRNA before? Oh, because, there was no money in it.
There's no way to make any money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking pigs. We're going to fuck your asses, Big Pharma.
They got this monkeypox shit.
What
Yeah,
the fuck
it's
is that?
it's for
I don't
gay
know.
guys.
I was saying they got to
Oh,
change
really?
the name.
Yeah,
Adam, get out of the room.
Yeah.
no,
Put
You're
a mask
spreading it.
on.
guys,
I
I'm
don't get it.
wearing a hazmat suit right now. I don't want to get your
What the
guys'
fuck is
monkeypox.
monkeypox? I saw one picture of a guy's hand with like pimples on it. Is that
Mhm.
it? Is that what happens?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's from
something like
fisting.
Yeah, you put your whole hand in a twink's ass, and
They
that's what
have a
happens?
practice called anal fisting, where one man's hand is inserted into another man's hand, his rectum, and it is so painful they have to take drugs. That's the best, when he squeezes his hand while saying that line.
Yeah.
It is so painful they have to take drugs.
Dude, I love the audience of like just fucking or it's not Ethiopian.
So get this. This is crazy.
Ugandan parents that are just listening to
these
it.
elites or whatever,
Mhm.
these like fucking globalist pieces of shit. They do these.
What do you mean globalist?
You
It's
know
kind of,
what he
no,
means. Wink,
I know
wink.
what he means.
Wink, wink, globalist.
We're recording in my house, okay?
So yeah, these global.
They do these
Mhm.
they do these tabletop exercises where they get like the fucking richest nerd fags in every country to get together, and they're like, "Oh, what if there's a outbreak of?"
They play like Dungeons and Dragons.
So this was like a conspiracy theory last year with COVID. Is like, oh, they did this exercise about a respiratory virus, but it's like they do it all the time. But fucking, I guess last year Bill Gates had one where like, what if monkeypox spread on May 15th, 2022?
no way.
And it's like it's just 2 on the nose.
That's
And you found this at
Also-
truth.patriotism.org.
yeah.
I did, but why are
It's
they
a
even
good
do? What the
site,
fuck
dude.
is the point of these tabletop exercises? I'm going
What?
to do one. Me and my friends are going to get together. We're going to do a tabletop exercise where Bill Gates is dragged in 6
getting
months from now.
raped.
He's dragged out and raped and murdered in the streets.
Mhm.
And naturally,
What if?
this causes panic among the elites because
Yeah.
they're
Right.
worried that they're next. So it's like, what can we do to control them?
Right.
To make sure that they don't tank the economy. And we're going to release it all as a TED Talk. We're going to have a guy type up a nice little PDF
Yep.
describing in detail
How we start.
how
You
how
fuck his mouth first.
yes,
Mhm.
she's dragged out. This is
Time for some game theory.
where does he live? Somewhere, yeah. And then Francis Fukuyama goes, maybe they can turn his penis hole into a
Mhm.
pussy
Right.
and fuck it. His penis. They can rip it open.
That
and
was
then-
my favorite chapter in the end of history.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
The
We
whole turning cocks into
He gets a little
pussies.
table. He gets a chair at the table.
Of course.
could have the return
he
of
gets both. He gets to be in the elites and with us, too.
we could have the return of Virgil, Texas, for the tabletop game theory.
That's true.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
no
him
one
chained
could
up like
dungeon
Hannibal
master
Lecter.
like him
We're gonna have him chained up like Hannibal Lecter.
on the dolly.
and there's
yeah.
gonna be 16-year-old girls walking by, like,